Well, hi, this is Jerry with I Love RV Life with Joel today, my bud. Today we're doing Providence Canyon in 39 degrees.
Yeah,
right,
it's cold.
Right outside of Columbus, Georgia. This is a cool place.
Really cool.
Yeah, you're gonna love this. And this is the little visitor center you can see. And we're gonna head behind here and see what we can find. All right, so today Joel and I are at Providence Canyon, right outside of a little town called Casita, near Columbus, Georgia. Providence Canyon's really interesting. Some people call this the Little Grand Canyon. It's not a bad hike. Now, we've had a lot of rain here over the last several days, and we're prepared to be a bit of a muddy mess. The canyon's actually made out of, sand and clay. You're going to see a kind of a white clay, a kaolin style clay. This is going to be interesting. Now, mid-December 17th, and it's 39 degrees.
Yeah, it's a little chilly out.
It is that. All right, let me show you what the trail looks like as we start. This is what the trail looks like to start with. It's not hard. You'll see it's just kind of sandy clay stuff. And we're going to follow the fence line. And if you're new to this, there's white markings on the tree. We're doing the white trail. There's a red trail that's here, that's a 7.5 mile nature trail. We're doing all canyon today. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be different. We're walking fast to try to get warm.
That's right. Get that body temperature up.
Woo! If you decide to come. It's an interesting walk, and we haven't even got to the fun stuff yet. One thing I will mention when you do come, do not climb the canyon walls. You'll get fined. I think they're slippery, they'll collapse on you, they're dangerous. And you don't want to mess up the view for other folks too. One of the things, there were 9 canyon areas that we could go into. We found that this year there was a 7-inch rain, and number 9 is gone. So we'll only do 8 today. All right, let's see what we see. We are going to go through canyons 1 through 5 to our left. And you can see how much rain we've had here. And it's just sand and clay.
I guess 1 through 5, and then we got to come back.
Come back here and go to 1 to 6. Yeah. So we'll come up through here. It is cold. Now, I noticed in some of the comments, people were talking about coming here and leaving a muddy mess. I can see that. Joel and I did bring extra shoes and socks for going home. And you can see why. We're going to have wet feet, buddy.
Here we are.
Yeah. We wanted to get the hike in before Christmas, and it rained like cats and dogs the last 2 days. And this is what Joel and I do. We're going to have an adventure. I don't care what it takes, right, buddy?
Right. Absolutely.
What did that sign say, buddy?
Basically said if you want to climb the walls, which you're not supposed to, it's against the law, you are subject to anywhere from $150 to $1,200 fine for criminal trespassing. Is basically what
that is. That's an expensive venture, to come up here and mess up nature. And here you go. Here's a good view. This is as far as we're going to go, just so you can kind of see. This is just it's just a sandy clay, and you can just see what time has done to this. It's just little creeks that's come through here and just washed these big cuts into here. Interesting. All right, so this is Canyon 1. We're going to go down this way and go to Canyon 2. This is a Canyon 2 here. Look at this. Look at that. That's cool. And that's tall. Joel, what would you say? Maybe half a football field tall, something like that.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, that one's
a good 40-50 yards up.
Yeah, that's at least 150 feet, maybe more. Look at that. That one's big. Look at that. It's interesting. It's just sand and red and white clay. Now here in the south, we call the white clay kaolin. That's what they make chalk and medicine and china plates and that kind of stuff. Look at that.
People carved into it.
People have carved their initials in it. Gee, thanks. Won't last long. All right, this is more of Canyon 2. Boy, this one is pretty. This is in Canyon 2 too. Now I want you to notice something way up there at the top. See where the fence is falling apart?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the colors here.
I know, it's pretty, isn't it?
You see different levels in the strata. But where that tree and that fence is, one good hard rain and that's gone.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Wow. Oh, wow. Another big one. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Big old hawk up there flying. See if I can get Mr. Hawk on here. There he is. Look at that. Probably another good 200 feet or so. What do you got? Oh, look at that.
A chunk of, basically what that wall is up there.
Let's see what's on
It's
here.
just laying on here. We're just kind of, falling apart.
Yeah.
Let's
Is
see
it
where-
clay?
Oh, yeah, this is clay. And look at it. See?
Oh, yeah, it's just like rubber.
Yeah. Just where the
So you see them.
walls are crumbling.
So you see a mix here of the various strata. Again, we keep talking about strata layers of the dirt. You see the white kaolin and then layers of sand and layers of clay. Then up at the very, very top, just Georgia red clay up there. Wow, that peak up there is way up there. That's a good 75 yards, I guess. All right, we just left canyons 1 and 2. We're headed up here to 3 now. See what this one looks like. Little undergrowth. Now, if you go out, do your Google thing, or you go out to the Georgia State Park site, you'll see lots of pictures and you're going to see these little paths of being hard packed sand. That's going to be the middle of the summer. You notice most of the folks are in shorts. But today it's a creek. And I saw a few complaints of people saying, oh my goodness, it was a muddy mess. So far, it's just wet sand. It's no big deal. I'll try to get a little closer to this one. Look at this. Wow.
Yeah, they got a little sign up here telling you not to go fast.
Now, we're told 1, 2, and 3 are not the most scenic. So we must be in for a treat down here in a little bit, buddy.
We should get over here and get a view of it going up.
See
how far it goes into the wall.
Look at that.
Yeah. All the red here, and then you get into the white over there.
But this is as far as we can go and not get in trouble.
Right.
We'll honor that.
Yeah.
Look at that. As we continue up the trail, here's more views. And
Man.
I hope those buzzards don't think we're going to make it out. Yeah, right. I got news for them. we were.
They got something on their mind down here.
There is a load of buzzards. I'll go ahead and tell you I am not lunch today. Look at this. Now we're really starting to get into some interesting character. Look at these. Look at this.
That's more than the other one, than 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that's almost a football field there. Look at that.
That's a lot.
Look at that. Now we can walk up a little closer here. They're not preventing us from doing that. I'm not going to climb the bank.
No.
Now they just mentioned some kids climbed up these and got stuck the other day. And I can see why. Look at that. Look in there. How those have just cut out. Look at that. That's interesting. The canyon's supposed to get bigger and better as we go. What you're going to be seeing today is just more of these canyon walls. Stick with me. I'll try to pick through some of those that are more interesting. This is a great hike. Easy, flat. A little bit of a hill to get down, come back up. Oh my goodness, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Here you go. Look at this. Oh, look at this. You can actually walk in here.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Oh man, that's really cool.
Oh, look at this.
Huh.
That's neat. I know. Look at that. Can you? Can you walk in here?
Yeah, come get this view.
No.
Yeah, check it out.
Look at that.
Look how far. It goes up
Look
a good
at
25
that.
feet, probably 25 feet.
That's wild.
And when you, I mean, it's so cold when you put your hand on it. And
That's
it's
crazy.
I mean, look.
I know, it's just sand.
It's just sand. How cool.
It's just going away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's wild. That is crazy. That's cool. Oh, look at this. This one winds all, okay, here you go. Now here's your views. So we're coming up from there. This one's really, really, really interesting. Look at the size of these canyon walls. So this one you can actually get up kind of close to. This is pretty cool. Look at this. Look at this stuff. I'm not gonna, that's just sand and clay. Look at this. We can walk around here, see what's going on. Look at this. Wow. Oh, here's your, now there's your money shot. Look at that. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah, I think they said this was the most scenic one.
Yeah, this is 5?
This is 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's really cool.
Yeah, we were told 5 was the most scenic. Look at this. This is really something. Joel was saying a minute ago, said it doesn't even look like we're in Georgia. Looks like we're out in the desert west somewhere. Look at this. It's amazing. Look at this. That is incredible. That is hard to believe that this is Georgia. I've never seen anything like it. Now, if you go to Cloudland Canyon up in North Georgia, near Chattanooga, they got some of this, but nothing like this.
Really?
Yeah. All right, we're coming up from 1 through 5. A little bit of an elevation here. Not bad, not too bad. Joel and I were just talking about, we're seeing more people on the trail than we thought. It's 40 degrees, breezy, wet.
Yeah.
We didn't think we'd see anybody.
Well, I guess with the weather the way it was the last couple days, people are taking advantage of it not raining.
People got to go.
You know, get outside.
Still on the white trail. I call it the canyon loop. So we've seen canyons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 was the pretty one. Wow. Wasn't that something?
5 was incredible.
It was amazing.
Really cool.
So we've got a little bit of a reprieve. We're out of the wet and the mud. One of the comments, they talked about how muddy it was. We haven't run into that. It's sandy. Here, I'll show you. That's the worst our shoes look.
Yeah.
After walking on all that. That's not bad.
Not bad.
And our feet are dry. Good old Merles. Love my Merles. All right, I'm starting to see ditch formations again.
Uh-huh. I wonder if
We're gonna,
that's what we're looping around to.
we're looping around down here. I see a creek. I think we're gonna see some more canyons down here somewhere. So let's see what we can find.
White trail continues up.
So 6 through 9. So we're gonna walk in here and then we'll come back out to the trail here. So We figured out the formula for finding the canyons. It's called creek. So they've got it well marked. As you come here, you can see, you know, here's 6 and 7 in that direction, and back over here to 8. So we're going to go do 6 and 7. See what we find. Now this 6 and 7 are not as open as 5. 5 is really the big pretty one. But these are still big, tall, jagged canyon walls. Neat. This is 7. And we couldn't quite see the view of this one from 6. And I can't go up here very far, but look at this. That's neat. Wow, that is just flat and sheer. And you can see where it's breaking off. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's neat. There you go. There's another view of 7. Wow. That's cool. Steep.
Yeah, that one is, isn't it?
Oh, you need to just...
That's more of a straight drop down versus
it
what
is.
the other ones are. This is a...
just flat. So this is 8. I think this is the last big one we'll see. We're gonna head down and see if we can get to where 9 was at. I'm gonna let Joel walk up there just to see what the depth of this one is. This one's really big. This is 8. It's really something. Really good views here. I'll let Joel just kind of let you see how far that thing goes back. He's still going. Look at that. Kind of give you an idea of the depth of these. These are big. Really big. Look at this. And you can see the trees on the edge. They are just minutes from coming down. That's going to be pretty spectacular. You can walk up a little way. I don't see any signs here that says don't do it. So we're being respectful of what the state is asking us. But you can go up here a little ways without climbing the banks. Oh, this is interesting. This is going to kind of fizzle out here in just a second.
You can walk up on into there and then it stops.
Look at this. Yeah, and then we're going to stop here.
Yeah, I wouldn't go any further than that.
Yeah, I would say that's climbing, but you can, I mean, that's a good 60, 70 feet up in the air. That's huge. Look at these formations. Honest to goodness, this is hard to believe this is Georgia.
I know.
And the colors, I mean, we're going from whites and reds, purples, and then you get into these sandy areas that are just yellow, and then back to white again.
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing.
What's cool about up there is where it's eroded and you can see all the whole line of trees, all the roots just sitting there.
There's actually 2 angles. We're just coming back from up there. Okay, I'll go ahead and share, Joel. I think my 2 favorites are 5 and 8 as far as...
Yeah, 5's the best.
5's the best, and 8 is...
This one's really cool as well.
Is a good, strong 2. You can get really close and see all these. Look at this. This is wild. Look at that. What a view. That's crazy. And it is coming apart. Look at that. You can see up through there that all that orange or red, that's where they've had a big collapse. I came down through here. All this is a collapse. Looks like the sand just washes away, and the clay is what collapses, and then you can see here the sand just washes away in chunks. You can actually see it there.
When you look at it, it looks like it would be rock. You feel it. It's so soft. It's very soft.
So is this clay or sand?
It's clay.
Yeah, a little bit of both. Like a sandy.
It just crumbles when you...
I know, it's just, look at this. You can actually get a little closer here. I'm not going to go too far because, like I said, this is coming apart. Look at this. Look at that. And you can just see where those walls have just sheared off, like a glacier, just coming apart. But you come back here in a year, Joel,
It's gonna look, I bet it'll look a lot different.
and everything's gonna look at that, how tall that is. Yeah, a year from now, I bet this changes every 3 or 4 months. So we just finished up 7, 8, and we just figured out we finished up 9. 9 is missing the sign. And if you remember in the video where I just showed you where the walls have collapsed, you basically see 9 dissolving.
Yeah.
It's just literally dissolving away. All right, so Joel, how many miles are we into this thing? You're tracking it.
About 3 1/4 so far.
3 1/4.
Yeah.
All right, so we got about another couple miles.
We do, yeah. I think we're gonna go straight up, and it'll loop us around to where we started.
So we're going to go up here. We understand that there's the remnants of an old farm up here. I don't know what. Again, this is all new to me and Joel. We haven't seen this before, so we're going to go see where that old farm was at. If we can get to it, if we can walk to it, I'll show you this. There's an old church. This is basically a little community up in here. I think the church goes back to like the 1830s. I don't know if they still meet in it, but we'll see. Maybe an old graveyard. So let's see what continues up the trail here. And this is, as you see, the trees are marked, continuing the white trail. If you go down the canyon, you got to come up the canyon. Not too bad. I'd still say it's moderate. Some remnants of the old farm. Now my understanding is they decided not to take these out. They become part of the ecology. Look at this. They said they actually have wildlife living in these. I'm not sticking my hand in there to see. Either Mr. Skunk or Mr. Possum will come out. Preferably Mr. Possum. What is this thing? It is an old 50s era wagon. I'm going to say, Joel, it's probably about a... this is an old, looks like an old Chevrolet wagon.
Yeah.
Guessing from the tail lights, maybe a 56, 55, somewhere thereabout. Old 2-door wagon. And then you got what's left of the old truck. Funny. It's funny, it's something like this has become part of the ecology. That's wild. Look at that. That's weird. That's funny. All right. This is coming up out of the canyon on the white trail. Right where the white trail and the red trail splits. Now, if you had time, water, and a little bit of food, you go right down there and you see the red trail split. What was it, 6 miles?
7 miles.
7 miles. Good day hike. My understanding is the red trail takes you out of what they call a canyon. That's where we've been. More wilderness. That's where all your primitive camping is at. We've already run into one of the campers who was there last night in the rain and survived.
Yeah.
And he'd walked up for the canyon for the day. So we're going to continue down the white trail. And I think somewhere down here, we're going to have some big, pretty rim views of where we just came from. I think that'll be interesting. I don't know. There's several things here. If you just want to come do like a day hike or bring the family out, you can stop and rent these little pavilions here, these little shelters. And hardly anything. They got picnic tables and grills, and bring the kiddos down here. Playground. And you got views of the canyon all the way around. You can walk around the perimeter edge here and look down without taking the hike. So if you're using the shelters up there, and again, you don't want to make the big hike, but you want to get some of the views, you can just take a little gentle stroll down here. Look at this. And you get a great view of where Joel and I just came from. Look at this. Holy cow. Look at those views. Are those something?
Oh, wow.
I know. Look at that. So Joel and I, if you look right about there. We were just down there about 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think that's 5, Dad.
Yeah, that's 5.
That's 5 right there.
Yeah, look down in there. That's cool.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty neat.
It's cool seeing it from up here.
Mm-hmm.
As cool as it was seeing it from down there.
It was.
You know?
So again, you can just come here for the day if you're not up for the long 5-ish mile hike. Bring the kiddos and let them play on the playground and have you a nice picnic lunch, and you can kind of walk around the edge here and see some pretty views. There's another. Oh wow. Oh wow. Look at this. Would you? Is this amazing? Look at that. Look at that. Is that cool or what? I love that. Those are pretty cool views, huh? That is amazing. They definitely have more views of the canyon. As a matter of fact, Joel was just pointing out, if you look at, oh, this is where we walk back up into 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you look way over there, right about there, you see that? That's the trail, the kind of creaky trail that you saw us walk up. And just would you look at that? Isn't that amazing? Cool, cool, cool. Well, we're coming up from the canyon perimeter, and here is the old Methodist church. Look at this. We're gonna walk around here. Here's an old graveyard. We're gonna be very respectful and just kind of see what there is to see. There's the old church. I imagine there's no entrance to it, but we'll walk around down there. Look at this. Born 1822, died 1868. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Born 1834. Would you look at that? Look at this. Oh my goodness. Rebecca Maples, 1815. Died 1898. Think about that. 83 years old from that period of time. That's really unusual. Look at that. We'll continue up from the graveyard here and just kind of walk up to the old church. I think the church said 1835, 1836.
I think it was 1825.
We'll walk 1825. We'll go look at that. Yeah. The old church, we can't go in. I'd love to see down the inside. I bet it is really something. I don't even know when it's open or if it's ever open. But this is Providence Methodist Church, first organized in 1832. It originally started as a log building. How about that? And the present building was built in 1859. According to the sign back there, they said that the people who are laid to rest here are the founders of the church and the community. The few that were here, hardy souls for sure, definitely hardy souls. We were headed back down to over here to the main office. It's right over there. We're about the edge, and then look at this. You can actually see folks down there. Wow, look at this. Here, I'm not going to go off the edge. There you go. Here, I can do that. Take the selfie stick and point it out a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that something? Wowzer. Look at that. No, I am not climbing off the edge. This is a selfie stick. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that, Joel.
It's nice to what a cool way to hike, because you get to go down and see it from the bottom, and then you get to come around the perimeter and see it from the top. So really cool.
Wow. This is where we just came. Oh my gosh, Joel. That's where we just came from right there. Look at that. Man, that is amazing. What views. All right, we just finished the canyon. Came up at the top loop. That's pretty amazing, wasn't it?
Yes, yes, very much.
Fun hike. It wasn't hard. You got your watch going. How many miles?
We did. We're coming up a little over 5.
All right.
A little over 5 miles.
Not I'd say on a difficulty factor, 2 maybe.
Yeah, if that.
Easy, and we were really concerned about it being wet and crummy. It's very manageable. Beautiful views, huh?
Fantastic.
Oh man, I love doing these hikes. Love doing them with my bud. And I love RV life.
I love RV life.
Man, that is some kind of pretty.